This time we'll call our regularly scheduled council meeting to order. If you would, Mr. Stoltz, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Mayor Earl Gray.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Derek Rogers.
Here.
Councilman Jim Childs.
Here.
Council Lady Rhonda James.
Here.
Councilman Craig Crawford.
Here.
Council Lady Paula Stinnett.
Here.
Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. Let the record show we do have a quorum for tonight's meeting. This time we'll do our invocation and our pledge. Mr. Rogers, if you would, please do the invocation. Mr. Crawford, lead us in the pledge, please.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your love, Lord. Thank you for this city. Lord, fill us with your spirit as we do what you've called us to do. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we'll set the agenda for tonight's meeting. Ms. Hune, I believe you have an addition or two.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to add in the appearances section to be added following the proclamation section and before the ordinances section, an appearance by Shirley Smith of Catoosa Citizens for Literacy. And also the addition of item number 8 under new business, recommendation to authorize the mayor to sign an extension of the city's contract with the Catoosa Utility District Authority.
So what are you doing with item 8?
There is no item 8, item 7.
Okay. And it is what?
A recommendation to authorize the mayor to sign an extension of the city's contract with the Catoosa Utility District Authority.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything else?
No, sir.
I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Ms. James and a second by Mr. Childs. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Agenda is set as amended. Next item on the agenda is the minutes of our last regularly scheduled meeting. If members of council have had an opportunity to review the minutes from our March 13th meeting, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs and second by Mr. Rogers. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is proclamation. Ms. Stinnett.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This will be the first City of Fort Oglethorpe National Vietnam War Veterans Day, recognized March 29th, 2023. Whereas America's involvement in Vietnam began in June 1954 with military advisors, escalated into 11 years of military combat involving more than 3 million servicemen and servicewomen, and officially ended on 15 May 1975 with a joint special operations squadron rescuing the crews of the U.S. merchant ship Mayaguez on the island of Koh Tang near Cambodia. And whereas for decades the state of Georgia has annually paid tribute to 228,000 of its bravest sons and daughters who honorably served in the United States Armed Forces during the Vietnam War. And whereas on this day we reflect on the life-changing combat wounds of some 8,500 Georgians, the hardship endured by the 21 Georgians held as prisoners of war, and the suffering and sacrifice felt by the families of 29 Georgians still missing in action. And whereas Vietnam War memorials across the country and at our state capitol have helped heal a deeply divided nation, paying eternal tribute to the more than 58,000 American servicemen and servicewomen who made the ultimate sacrifice in Vietnam. Of the names listed on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., 1,584 are from the state of Georgia. Whereas 12 Georgia Vietnam veterans were awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest distinction that can be bestowed by the President of the United States for conspicuous gallantry and intrepid actions as they risked their lives and went above and beyond the call of duty. And whereas on Vietnam Veterans Day, with proud and grateful hearts, we remember and appreciate the patriotism, selflessness, battle, courage, and personal sacrifice of the 234,000 Vietnam veterans now living in Georgia who answered the country's call to duty. and risk their lives to fight for another nation's peace and democracy. And whereas, as the state of Georgia is an official partner of the United States of America Vietnam War commemoration, the city of Fort Oglethorpe joins the state and Congress, the President, the Department of Defense, and more than 10,000 commemorative partners across the country to recognize this National Day to honor Vietnam veterans. Now, therefore, we, the Council of the City of Fort Oglethorpe, do hereby proclaim March 29 as Vietnam War Veterans Day in Fort Oglethorpe and invite all citizens, both during public ceremonies and in private thoughts and prayers, to gratefully acknowledge the honorable military service of our Vietnam War veterans, especially the Catoosa County veterans, Michael Lee Dodson, Don June Richards, Larry Dean Smith, Scott E. Killingsworth, John Emery, J. Bird Norton, who played ball on the fields where our children currently play, Mr. Crawford. Thank you for all being here and witnessing this. Do I have Vietnam veterans in the house? Would you stand, please? Thank you for your service and thank you for being here today. Sir, would you like a picture of the veterans who are here today?
Ma'am?
Would you like a photograph of the veterans and
Yeah, you can bring
proclamation?
them up here.
Okay, could I have the oldest veteran here to hold the proclamation? I believe he's 83. That'd be Don Hayes.
Uncle Don.
Oh, yes. Veterans, if you'd gather here. Thank you. Okay. You guys would come right here. We'll get a photograph. It's a Kodak moment. Uncle Don, if you'll be in the center and just hold this and then give it back to me. We're going to have it framed to keep here at City Hall.
Y'all slide down this way, just a little, guys, not y'all.
This way? No?
Yeah.
Not us?
Come on in.
I did too.
Yeah, get in there. Don't act like we like each other. Yeah, act like we like each other.
Don't start dancing, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the service, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. I still can't hit a curveball.
I was in the Navy. Yeah, we got another sailor out there too. Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is appearances. Ms. Smith with Catoosa Citizens for Literacy. Come on up.
Thank you. Before I start, thank you so very much for your service. We're very proud of all of these gentlemen and all of the people that have served us.
Yes, we are.
I saw Miss James this morning, and she reminded me that I have been lax in coming to say thank you for your signing our contract, and I wanted to do this. A lot of things have been happening, and I wanted to make sure that you knew that you're very much a part of everything we do. So I'm going to bring you up to it, and I'm going to try to do it real fast so I don't interrupt any of your things going on. We have had up till now 23 GEDs that have been received, and we're going to have several more before we end. We do our fiscal year starts July 1st. During that time in December, we had a graduation with when I say we, I mean GNTC, and we had graduation. Well, there were 18 GEDs earned, 13 of them walked, 2 with honors, and 1 was the highest overall grade of anybody. Now, we're talking about Catoosa County and all of this, so I'm very proud of all of that we've done here. We had 2 students that are earned. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the welding part of it, the MIG and the TIG. They're the certificates that go in. We had one of our students that he earned, but though two of the students earned the MIG and TIG, one of them got the GED and the MIG and TIG certificate at the same time, thanks to our dual enrollment, and our GED students are allowed to take dual enrollment. You're familiar with dual enrollment in the high
Yes.
schools. Isn't it a wonderful thing?
It is awesome.
It is awesome, and our GED students can also take that. So he not only got that, he got from us, he got a $500 scholarship. He's going on to school, and he's gonna open up his own business. And this is from a young man that was a, quote, troublemaker, dropped out of school, and now he's making more money than any of us. He can buy himself a new Silverado truck and drive down the road and be an example to everyone around. And we are so very proud of all of our students. That's not the only thing we do. We do the GEDs, we give the scholarships, and we do everything through the years, and we're proud of all of our students. We had one young lady that tried out for the EAGLE Award. EAGLE is Exceptional Adult Georgian in Literacy Education. She competed in our area, she won. She went to region, she won in the region. She went to state, she did not get it in state, but she was one of the 27 out of the 27,000 GED students, and she was recognized for that. The GED students are students that had very hard things to overcome. They dropped out of school. Maybe it was because of illness, maybe it was because of teenage, and anything going on. But these students overcame these things and came up, and now she's an EAGLE. She comes back and tutors our students that we have now.
Excellent.
Not only does she do that, she comes back and gives back and helps them. A lot of our students that have reached the GED come back and do that. So we're all very proud, and this is all because you help us do it. And all of the people in the community realize how important it is for those that do not have a high school diploma to come back and to have the ability not only to get a job and take care of their families, but they are setting an unbelievable example for their families. It ends what we call the vicious cycle.
Exactly.
And we have had grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, dads, and young 16 and 17-year-olds that just can't do it. But they're so smart that when they walk in and take the test, it's a one-time thing. And they're done and they're ready to go on to college. So it's amazing, and I want to thank you for helping us make that available. Well, there's something else happening now, and we're very proud of it. They say, well, they're adults. What about the children? Yes, what about the children? Children have parents. Children need to stay in high school. Children need to get that high school diploma. And we've always said that it would be the best thing in the world if we got put out of business because there were no more people that needed a GED. And unfortunately, we'll be there for a while, but there are. We do a thing called the Dictionary Project. This is a dictionary. No. This is not just a dictionary. This has words in it. It has the Star-Spangled Banner. It has presidents. It has everything about the Declaration of Independence. It has sign language that we told them that if they be quiet and use sign language, their teachers would let them do that. Third graders absolutely love getting a book. It's not a computer. It's not a cell phone, but it's a book with words. We give these out, and we've been doing this since we started in 2007. Our first group of third graders graduated in 2017. This year marks our 16th year. The third grade class this year gets a pen, and on this pen it says Class of 2032. That's when they will graduate. This is their first graduation gift. And it's to get them to stay in high school. 768 dictionaries are given out each year, making this the grand total, I wish I had a drum, 12,288 dictionaries that we have given out this year. And you've all been helping us. This year we got a grant to do the dictionaries. And we're very proud of the grant because grants are hard to come by sometimes. But this one was an amazing grant, and we hope that we have another chance next year. But I wish you could all go with us. I wear this get-up, you know, with the hat, and I go in and they say, "Oh, did you graduate?" And I said, "You bet I did." And it's amazing. We had a young lady helping us do this, and she got a text from one of the mothers. And she said, I went in the little girl's room, and she said, "Mama, can I have just a few more minutes? I've got something I need to do before I go to bed." And she said, "Okay, honey, but what are you going to do?" And she said, "I need to read a while." So she sat down on the floor, and her mother peeked in, and she was reading the dictionary. The dictionary she had just gotten that day. And it is amazing. And I had another mother tell me that her son graduated last year, and she went in to look at his books on the wall, and guess what the tattered dictionary was? Yes, they do use this. Yes, they do graduate. And I think that we have a little part of improving the graduation rate so that maybe someday we'll be out of that business and we'll go on to something else, and I'm sure you'll be there to help me. Thank you
Yes,
very
ma'am.
much.
Thank you for
Thank
making
you.
a difference, Miss
Thank you.
Shirley. You're awesome.
Next item on the agenda is ordinances. Tonight is the third and final reading of ordinance number 2023-11, amendment to the 2022 fiscal year budget. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2023-11, an ordinance to amend the 2022 fiscal year budget for the city of Fort Oglethorpe. It is hereby ordained by the mayor and council for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, an ordinance to amend the 2022 fiscal year budget to provide for provisions therein as authorized by state law, to provide for the severability, to repeal conflicting ordinances or parts thereof, to provide for an adoption effective date, and for all other purposes allowed by law. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rogers, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? Ms. Stinnett?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 1 under new business, recommendation to purchase a 60-foot bucket truck and to declare a surplus the unit currently in use. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Public Works Department uses a bucket truck for lots of jobs throughout the city, and currently the bucket truck in service is a 1988 model. It has reached the end of its useful life and is no longer cost-effective to maintain. Over the last several months, the Public Works Department has been looking at different units and now recommends purchasing a 2016 Altech International 60-foot bucket truck from Altech Nuco. If this is approved, it will be purchased through a government cooperative, Sourcewell. This purchasing program is available to all local government organizations, and if approved, the unit will be delivered within 6 weeks after receipt of the order. And again, the amount is $138,613 coming out of the SPOS fund.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Ms. James. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Item number 2, recommendation to procure Chase Lounge chairs and dining chairs for city pool facility. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. Last year, we purchased about, I think it was 36 Chase Lounge chairs for the pool, and that was all there was to be had last year. This year, this time around, we have now found 32 Chase Lounge chairs and 50 stackable dining chairs, which will complete our restocking of furniture for the pool. If approved, these will be delivered before the pool season begins, and the amount is $16,733.10 from the company Furniture Leisure Commercial Site Furnishings, and it would come out of the general fund.
Thank you, Ms. Hewin. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rogers, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion?
We're getting the same units that we got last year?
They'll match.
Matching units?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 3, requested approval of special event permit to hold Chickamauga Battlefield Marathon, Miss Sledge.
That too.
It's me. I'm back. Are you excited? Okay, first of all, I want to know if your ears have been burning because I've been at the National Roadrunners Club of America conference for the last 4 days in Chicago, and all I've been talking about is the Chickamauga Battlefield Marathon and Fort Oglethorpe and how amazing everything is. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Sledge. I am with the Chattanooga Track Club and the Chickamauga Battlefield Marathon, half marathon, Fort Oglethorpe 5K, and the junior marathon. This will be the 43rd year for the marathon itself, and we are super excited. We've actually had a couple meetings with Chief Sewell and Taylor and with Council Lady Paula Sennett and Molly and Jenny Pack about how we're going to make a day of Fort Oglethorpe because it's on Veterans Day this year. So thank you to our veterans. But we are planning on promoting that as spend the day in Fort Oglethorpe, spend the weekend in Fort Oglethorpe just because of everything that's going on with the marathon and the market and the parade that day. So we are very, very excited. Also, I'm very excited to let you know that the president of the Roadrunners Club of America is coming to run the race this year, and the Southern Region Director is coming in to run the race because we are a Southern Region Championship event. So I think that there are a lot of people from the actual Roadrunners Club that are going to be coming into town and staying, and we'll do a big event afterwards. And so it's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. So I'm asking for the special permit. Taylor, I did it, wherever she is. I'm asking for the special permit. Does anyone have any questions? Besides the fact that we really, really appreciate you all, and just I have been talking about how amazing our event truly is, and talking to people across the country and races and marathons and everything. Just it's so evident when we go of how well the partnership is and how amazing this community is, and just how great our race truly is, and just having it in this setting is gets better and better. So I told them it was crazy for me to come the day after because I was all jacked up about everything, so I'm excited.
How do we rank, like as far as ranking would go for them?
So we're actually there's a national race, and then there are regional races. So there are 4 regional races. So there's the Southern Region, the Midwest, and there's a couple of others. So it's really just below. We're actually trying to have conversations about being the national race next year. So yeah,
Did you say it's a qualifier?
It's a Boston qualifier.
So this race is a Boston qualifier?
The marathon is, yes. Yeah,
Very cool.
absolutely.
You gonna run
No,
You would do it?
We like the shirts though, I love the
that'd be
shirts.
comedy.
Thank you. Yeah. So I have spoken to our guy for Quarter Zips already. He was at the convention. So, but we're definitely excited about making the Veterans Day theme and just promoting it. So as far as the day here. So.
So it's the same day as the parade?
It is.
Oh, we're just gonna have a whole day of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
They'll start
exciting.
early. The parade starts at 2. Of course, we'll start lining up at noon. So it's gonna be a wonderful day to celebrate veterans throughout the city of Fort Oglethorpe.
So
Thank you for doing this.
Is
And the
the
market will have like food trucks and stuff like that too.
So but the festival part is gonna be at Stable 41?
Correct.
Is that the,
Yeah, we so that was one of our conversations to have early on, just to try to figure out like coordination because of where we talked to Chief here.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry. So we talked to Chief Sewell about how everything logistically would work with making sure that we were still in a place at Barnhart Circle, that we would be and then the parade could still happen to logistically move
Yeah.
over. So
Awesome.
yeah, I think
It's
we
exciting.
figured all that, and we're gonna have conversations with Taylor about permitting marketing where it shows the activities of the day, Stable 41, and things like that. We're gonna logistically make a path to where people know where Stable 41 is and where the where the market's gonna happen and things of that nature as well. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Sledge. I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, and second by Ms. James. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 4, recommendation to award a blanket contract for addition of bathrooms in the small concession area at Stable 41 Pavilion. Ms. Hume.
Thank you. As you all know, we've been trying to get different bids and everything to build bathrooms. It's been a hard road, but we've come up with a solution thanks to Taylor Hutwagner, our Economic Development and Events Director, and Tim Doolittle, our maintenance supervisor, to award a blanket contract for the addition of those bathrooms in a small concession area at Stable 41 to various contractors in an amount not to exceed $220,000. The tasks to be performed if awarded are masonry, flooring, carpentry, painting, sheetrocking, doors, hardware, fixtures, plumbing, HVAC work, electrical work, cabinetry, roofing, and siding. If this blanket approval is awarded, quotes will be obtained from vendors for the various tasks and then will be performed by the lowest responsible bidder. And again, if approved, it will be that not to exceed $220,000 coming out of the SPOS fund.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion?
Get her done.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 5, recommendation to award a contract for the installation of additional fencing to Stable 41 Pavilion. Ms. Hume.
Thank you. We need to create some continuous fencing on the front of Stable 41, and it will match the fencing that's currently in place. It will keep the facility safe, it will enhance the appearance, and it will give us the opportunity to kind of, cordon off some events and everything, and also protect it when we're not using it. We are recommending that Goodson Fencing be awarded the work since they installed the perimeter fencing currently in place, so the materials will match, the contractor knows the area, and everything will match. And if awarded, that will be $5,683.60 coming out of the general fund.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
I have a second.
Second.
Motion
Was
by
that
Mr.
Childs?
Childs, second by
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers. Any discussion?
When we put that fence in there, you'll still be able to get in there on foot, right? Because I know some people go in there and walk and things like that.
We
It's
can
not gonna be locked.
We can have that discussion about when we leave it open and things like that, but really the point is to close off the
keep
open
vehicles and
part
stuff.
of the pavilion so that cars can't drive in there. That's some activity that we're seeing that we would like to limit as well to protect that space.
Okay.
Would
But
we
yes,
have the
those front
turnstiles?
gates can be left open if we wanna have it open for walkers or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 6, recommendation to award a contract for cellular phone service. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. We have approximately 40 cell phone lines, and about 27 hotspots or 28 hotspots within the city. And there are some connectivity issues that our finance director, Phil, has been trying to troubleshoot, Phil Minton, with the help of the police department and the public utilities staff as well. And what we have discovered is that some better network options exist, as well as maybe a cheaper contract, a less expensive contract with a more robust network. So we are recommending to come out of both the general and the water and sewer fund, a new cellular phone service contract with FirstNet built by AT&T in the amount of approximately $34,000 annually. That comes out to just a little bit north of $2,800 a month. That of course depends on how many units we have. But this will provide us with a better network, and the phones will be less expensive, and they will come and port all of our numbers, so nobody has to put new phone numbers into their phones, because that's a real bummer. But This is a nationwide contract that offers very high levels of connectivity for government entities, which is crucial for police, public utilities, and public works especially. So if approved, again, out of the water and sewer fund, and about $34,000 a year, and the general fund, not just water and sewer.
Thank you, Ms. Hune. I have a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 7, recommendation to extend the contract with Catoosa Utility District Authority for a period of 90 days. Ms. Hune.
You pretty much said it, Mr. Mayor. We've been in a 25-year agreement with the Catoosa Utility District. They handle, they bill for our sewer customers for those areas for which we do not provide water in the unincorporated areas of the county. And for some who are in incorporated areas, actually. Every month, CUDA sends us a lump sum to the city for the amount collected for their customers, less a $1 customer user fee. That agreement is set to expire on March 31st. In order to allow time for us to come up with a mutually agreeable arrangement, we are recommending that we be allowed to grant them a 90-day extension for their contract, and we can work out a new agreement. And additionally, if approved, this agreement would allow CUDA to charge a user fee of $2 instead of the $1 user fee that they currently charge for that 90 days. So there's no cost to us, just the extension of the agreement.
Thank you, Ms. Hune. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. James, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda, Cindy Bettinger's report. Ms. Hune.
Thank you. I'm very glad to see all of you here tonight. Thank you, veterans, for your service, and I'm happy that we're recognizing service of all kinds tonight. We have some service awards for our long-serving staff and for our new employees to talk about tonight. And after this, we have a reception in the conference room, so we ask that you all stick around just a little while longer and come enjoy some refreshments with us. Just a few things. Spring break begins in Catoosa County on Friday, March 31st, so that'll be fun for all us parents. The city will be closed Friday, April 7th in observance of Good Friday. And we've got a couple of fun events coming up over the next little while. One before we meet again, the Easter Egg Scramble is going to be Saturday, April 8th at 12 p.m. at Gilbert Stevenson Park. Please RSVP online so we know how many eggs to hide. We're looking forward to a fun day for all elementary age school children. So please come out for that. And we also are going to have our first community yard sale at Stable 41 on April 15th from 9 to 1 p.m. Space is available on a first come, first served basis. Applications are online. So if you've got a bunch of stuff that you want to sell, come on out to Stable 41 and we'll help you get it done. And now is one of the most fun things we do in these meetings, at least I think so. We're going to recognize some of our new employees and some of our service awards. So we've got 5 new employees to recognize tonight. We're not going to make them give speeches or anything. I'll just ask them to stand up. We had some vacant positions for a while in public utilities and in rec and leisure. So I'm going to ask Frank Giles and Bo Lawson of our rec and leisure services stand up. And then way in the back, come on, Isaac. This is Isaac Horton. He's new to the Public Utilities Department. We also have 2 other employees, Caleb Anderson and Jared Biggers, who could not be with us tonight. But it's good to have this department fully staffed and this department almost fully staffed. So we're glad you're here. Thank you for coming tonight.
Welcome
Maybe
aboard.
seated.
Welcome. Thank you.
And now I'm going to turn it over to Courtney Johnson to recognize one of our employees for 10 years of service.
Not a big speaker, but the lady that we're about to recognize is someone very special to me. Not just me, but all the employees that work with her. She's the backbone of the front. I don't know how many of you have been in the front, but she is the backbone. She cares about the customer, she cares about the employees, and also her personality brings out the best in the people that are around her, including me. Very appreciative of her and her service, and would not trade her for anything. Very special. Crystal? Thank you, Lisa. And I'm not the only one that has something to say about it. Mike does too.
I just want to say that she is a fantastic worker. She works hard every single day, Monday through Friday. She also is a part of our big family at the city of Fort Oglethorpe, which we all are a part of. And she is part of our big family, so.
Crystal, it's been a pleasure to watch you like really come into your own as a supervisor these last 2 years. You've done an amazing job up front, and it's a pleasure to work with you.
What's the award?
10 years.
of service.
Okay.
10 years, did we not say? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Actually, all of our service awards tonight are 10 years, so I'm going to turn it over to Chief Sewell to turn it over to recognize 2 of our fantastic officers for 10 years of service as well.
Thank you, Molly. Council, it is an honor to come before you as the Chief of Police to recognize 2 lifelong servants of this community. First, I'd like to recognize is Detective Jarvis. If you'll step up here with us. Detective Jarvis started out his service as a soldier in the U.S. Army. 1994 to 97, he joined the Fort Oglethorpe Police Department, so he's actually worked here for 13 years. He left the police department, went to the sheriff's office, where he served 10 years with the Catoosa County Sheriff's Office. He rejoined us in 2013, and currently he's assigned to the detective division and doing an absolutely excellent job. He's been there for just under a year, but doing a great job for the citizens, fighting crime and solving them. So I'd like to present a 10-year service award to Detective Mitchell Jarvis. Next one I'd like to recognize is another lifelong servant of the community, Captain Brian Stooksbury. If you'll join me, please. Captain Brian Stooksbury first. This is why I love Brian. So he joined us first in 1997, where he worked until 2000. So he's another 13-year employee of the city, but currently in his 10-year segment here. He also worked for the Catoosa County Sheriff's Office for 11 years and did a short stint with the Ringgold Police Department as well. Again, a lifelong servant of this community. Brian's been with us since February 2013. He's currently assigned as our patrol captain, where he does an excellent job supervising 26. The majority of our police department falls under his command, and he does an excellent job keeping those gentlemen and ladies safe on the road and keeping them outfitted and in vehicles and doing what they need to do. So I'd like to recognize Captain Brian Stooksbury for 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's it for me. I just want to say thank you to all of these coworkers who've come out to support their coworkers who are being acknowledged tonight. I love that about you guys, and thank you, council and mayor, for creating an environment where people want to stay for 10+ years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Hen. Next item on the agenda is mayor and council comments. Welcome to all your new employees. Congratulations on you guys for 10 years, and hopefully you'll be back up here 10 years from now. Appreciate what y'all do. And thank you to all the veterans. We certainly appreciate what y'all do for us and this country. So thank you very much. Ms. Child.
Ditto what the mayor said. Thank for the new employees and for the ones that have tenure. Thank you very much. We're very proud of you. Thanks to all the veterans too. And thanks to everybody for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Child. Mr. Crawford.
Yeah, I just echo what y'all are saying. Welcome to the city to all the new employees, and thank you for the ones that's been here for 10 years, and hopefully you stay for as long as you want. And we're lucky to have you, and thank you to all the veterans. You know, I always talk about, Ms. Stennett talked about background in Little League sports and ball and everything, and I've been fortunate enough. I've had great, or I feel like I've had many mentors come through and coach me, and one of them is actually here tonight is Mr. Norton. He coached me, and my brother and actually probably both my brothers coming through. But I would like to say maybe my class was, or my grade was the one that might have put him out of coaching, because wrestling around a bunch of 17, 18-year-old boys from North Georgia out of New Orleans, trying to get them to the ball field would put anybody out of coaching. But no, he's been great. He's been great to the Crawford family, and we appreciate it. And also another one, just learned today that Don Johnson passed away. I don't know if many of y'all know him. He was a coach, legendary coach at Fort Oglethorpe for many years. And if you knew Don, you knew Don. I mean, that's just the way he was. I mean, he was just a great coach. Followed up with refereeing, and he's going to be missed. So keep his family in your prayers, and also just keep the city of Nashville. I know they're hurting tonight too. So just keep them in your thoughts and prayers as well. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to the new employees. Welcome to the city, and thank you to the service awards. It's fantastic to see employees staying for 10 years. It's exciting. It makes us very happy to see that level of commitment. And also thank you to the veterans. You guys are our heroes. We love you, and I hope you'll always feel appreciated in this community. I know that's a goal of everybody up here, and the people of the city love you. So thank you so much, and it's always good to see you, Uncle Don.
Told you, you're a legend in your own time.
That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Ms. James?
I'll just say ditto to all that, and I want to say the Vietnam veterans are special to me. I had several family members that were there, and I don't think they got what they deserve when they all came home. And I want to say that I appreciate you, what you've done, what you've been through. We appreciate you. And welcome to the new employees. It's a lot of fun around here. And congratulations to the 10-year.
Thank you, Ms. James. Ms. Stennett?
Yes, sir, thank you. We'll start with the most humbling moment. Those of us who are teachers really feel the pain for today and our comrades in Nashville. So please keep them and all school systems in your prayers. It is becoming far too prevalent when you hear there have already been 12 unfortunate shooting incidents with schools this year already. So please keep those people in your prayer. 6888, Tyler Perry, right here in Georgia. 6888 research was actually done at the 6th Cavalry Museum a few months ago. So here it is. It is becoming an actual movie highlighting those women who served. The first all-American black women Air Force to go across the pond during World War II to actually stop the backlog of mail that was 3 years behind. These ladies, I was fortunate to meet some of these ladies who were still alive. A couple years ago, I got to shake hands and talk with them. On my Facebook page, if you'll go, it says Lincoln Penny Films. Hit that. You'll see one of these dear, dear ladies, and she starts out, "It all began in Fort Oglethorpe." What a tribute to our veterans and to those World War II who served right here at the post. So speaking of veterans and veteran projects, Saturday was a work day, and Honor Park is looking right honorable right now. We had 12 veterans and volunteers show up. Daryl Zeke, Jerry Haymans, Bernie Hilbrandt, Ron Foley, John Hilbrandt, Kieran Gleason, whose birthday is today, by the way, Glenn and Jen Pope sitting up front here, Sarah and Cole Gunn, Robert Brown, all were there and did a tremendous job and it is looking beautiful. We encourage everyone to please visit Honor Park, a tribute to those who serve. And also, we look forward to seeing you on May 6th for Honoring Those Who Serve ceremony at Honor Park, 10 a.m. That's all, sir. Back to you.
Thank you, Ms. Stinnett. I have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.